Get ready to meet the most exciting plumber in all of real estate. We have Roger Wakefield joining us right now. I'm so excited right after this. Hello and welcome to Real Estate Divas. I'm Kristen Gerst with Capricorn Mortgage Investments, here with the lovely J. Lee Thompson of
Texel Real Estate and Real Estate Reformation.
I can never say that. And introducing Roger Wakefield.
The diva.
The diva of
the
plumbing.
ultimate diva.
You know, look where I get to hang out today.
The ultimate diva of plumbing and just life in general.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
How long have you been a plumber?
41 years.
41 years. Get out.
That's the time y'all were born.
Well, thank you for that.
Probably,
I appreciate
probably,
that.
probably a few years before y'all were born.
That's exactly right.
See how you get invited?
And the name of your company?
Texas Green Plumbing.
Which I love, and your receptionist is so wonderful.
I think I hired the most amazing people. They understand people. And they get it, and they're like, look, I know how you feel. And they're so warm. They're like, look, we deal with this all the time. This is nothing to panic about. We can help you take care of it.
She
huge.
puts a smile on your face,
every
like
time.
right when she starts talking. She's
Some
one
people
of
just
those.
have that talent. Like the moment that they speak, you can
know.
hear it. You can hear them smiling thugh the phone. That's unique.
It's huge. It
Yeah.
really is. It's a big deal. And some people don't realize that.
Well, so during one thing, I bet the company's been extremely busy this year.
You're probably talking about February. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, I was on CNBC
Yep.
because of a flood. One of my real estate clients was in Cancun, got a call from a neighbor and says, hey, you got water running out your front door. They turned off the water at the water meter. And I was actually over at another friend's house, actually an employee, Amber, her sister's house. She had a freeze break on her ice maker line. I was over there fixing it, or went over and fixed it the night before, shut it off. CNBC called and says, hey, do y'all know any plumbers that would be willing to go on camera? To another friend, she's like, I got a guy.
I got a guy.
I got a guy. And so I went over there and made the repair and showed them the pictures from the house in, I guess it was Keller, and said, do you want to go do this? And they said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll meet y'all there.
It's
Wow.
crazy.
So, yeah, it's been a pretty wild year for us.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I mean, that alone, I mean, every plumber I know was just freaking all kinds of covered up busy. And then the repercussion from that has been like all the remodel, all the hands, all the construction, all of that business. So that's the beginning of your year.
And the bad thing is, material costs have gone up. Mm-hmm. All remodeling, no matter what it is you do. Water heaters have gone up, PVC's gone up. Everything that we purchase has gone up, I'm going to say 20 to 50%.
If you can get it.
If you can get it.
Yep.
I'm surprised right now I've been having to put in new faucets because the cartridges that are in the old faucets are nowhere to be found. They're like, they'll go to different plumbing supply houses and they're like, we're out. They're like, we've been everywhere. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks, maybe.
Mm-hmm. The resin that they use to make it is harvested or manufactured off the Gulf Coast. It froze. And
Oh, my
3 of the
goodness.
4 manufacturing plants are down.
Wow. Still.
Well, they may be
They
up,
might.
but they're not.
Yeah, they're not
caught
producing.
up yet.
Yeah.
How long
That's
did it take
crazy.
you to, I mean, here in Texas, how long did it take you to get caught up from February?
Oh, we've still got people
People
getting caught.
still?
I still get messages from plumbers saying, hey, we're still making repairs.
I've got repairs getting done tomorrow on a
Yeah,
house.
Yep.
plumbers were really trying to get out, let's turn the water off. Let's get out, turn the water off, put a cap on it,
Yeah.
turn on whatever water we can. We may cut the water off to half your house. You're still going to have a toilet in the kitchen. Maybe a kitchen. Maybe just a toilet.
Yeah.
We can teach you how to get water out of the bathtub. You know,
Just something to
whatever it takes.
keep
Whatever
the
it takes.
damage at bay.
Absolutely. Well, and not just keep the damage at bay, but to make it where people have potable water.
Yes.
But we need water. So
Mine
it's
was
tough.
mine was off at my house for 48 hours. Luckily, I was smart enough to heat my pool up to 100 degrees
Yeah,
right
you
before.
caught a little slack about that.
I did. I got trolled about it, and I'm like, you know what? It's a little house on the Texas prairie here, folks.
It's a tough life.
I'm
you live.
like, I don't
I
want to
know.
hear any slack. I'm like, I know I make it look fun and cool with bacon biscuits on the grill and all, but let's be. We had no power for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm lucky. We didn't lose power. I got involved with a product that detects leaks and has an app, so literally you can shut the water off to your house.
Get out.
Now, here's what's cool. There's products like this out there that work on Wi-Fi and have to be plugged in.
Oh.
So what happened in February?
Yeah. we
Oh,
lost that.
gee, it won't work.
Yeah.
But now that there's a new product out, and I've been working with the guy for 5 years, that they're rolling it out. It's battery operated, has a battery control to a valve that can be, this battery can operate this valve 1,000 times. So if you get drunk party, people in the shower that shouldn't be, you just turn the water off and on them. I know.
I really like that.
I know. It's a
Yeah,
cool,
Airbnbs,
See,
that's
I know.
Gosh,
And cameras.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we can get rich on YouTube. It could happen.
I think you're already there.
Well, I'm doing okay. I'm having fun. But I mean, can you imagine? That would just be, that's great.
I just love everything about that, though, being able to shut the water off to your house.
And you get notified. If you're in Hawaii on vacation, you get a notification, and the plumber who installed it for you gets a notification. So even if you're not reading your text messages, and you get a call from your plumber, it's like, hey, he doesn't normally call me. What's
Right.
wrong?
What's wrong?
Hey, Kristen, I'm showing that you got a leak at your house. Roger, there's nobody there. Okay, I just turned the water off. You want me to swing by and look at it, or wait till you get home?
Wow.
Very nice.
How is that for service?
That
That's
is
awesome.
Awesome.
I mean, look, it's neat.
You're like, I got it.
And most plumbers don't even know about it. So
What
it
does
is
it cost
amazing.
to install something like that? Because I've got to imagine you got to get into a wall, you've got to put a valve on it. No?
It
Really?
all installs out in the yard, out of the meter.
Get out.
Wow.
Really?
It does not have Wi-Fi. It has its own cellular phone number.
Wow.
And that doesn't go down.
Yeah.
And
That's
that battery,
Interesting.
when the power goes off, that battery is still hot. It
Yeah.
still works.
And it can turn the valve on and off 1,000 times? I mean, I'm assuming, hey,
you only really need it once.
you only
Yeah,
need it once,
exactly.
but
You
you
know?
probably want to go out there, once a year or something, put a new battery
Cycle it.
in.
No, the battery's designed to last 2 to 5 years.
Okay. So just
That's
I
amazing.
mean, if you're not playing with it 1,000 times, it's
Yeah.
going to last longer.
Yeah. If you're not doing the shower thing, then it's going to last.
Shower thing's a lot of fun, though. Yeah,
That's just a nice prank.
I mean, come on. Who's not going to do that? I'd be like, oh, no
your girlfriend's
shower.
in the shower, and you're like,
What? No, the water's fine.
and you hear her scream. It's like, what's wrong, baby? I think the water went off. You know what? I'll check it. Did that fix it?
That's
Yes,
funny.
dear. Anything
That's
for
funny.
you.
Well, what would you say as far as like everything that you saw? Because it was a pretty big disaster. If y'all don't know, anybody that's watching doesn't know, but it was a pretty big disaster here in Texas as far as our freeze that happened at the beginning of the year. What was maybe the worst thing the worst scenario that you came across during all of that?
The one that I told you about for CNBC, literally you walked into her house and the front entryway was in the floor. 2-story house, big, beautiful, grand entryway, and it was in the floor. Her husband's office around the corner, memorabilia from college, sports, things like that, sports memorabilia collector.
Wow.
And this is all laying in the floor with sheetrock on it. Just wet sheetrock. And
Wow.
you're just like, I mean, where do you start?
Exactly.
It's like, okay, hey, look, I hate to call and tell you this, but, and she's like, oh no, we're watching it on CNBC. It's like, okay, then you understand.
Then you see me.
You know,
hey.
hey, I'm in your living room. How
I
are
was
ya?
shocked at all of them that had the water pipes that were in the ceilings that rained down, and
Icicles.
it was just the icicles and the sheets of ice that had.
Okay, number one, I really wish contractors would quit putting water heaters in attics.
Absolutely. I
They're
cannot
not
agree.
insulated for
Yeah.
that, but they want that extra 9 square feet to sell.
9 square feet.
3 foot by 3 foot. There you
Yep.
go.
Right.
But that's 9 more square foot we can charge for now.
Yep.
Not a good idea.
No. I don't like, and I don't like laundry rooms upstairs either. You know, any of it. I don't
mind things upstairs as long as the plumbing is in between the floors, but once you start running water into
Ceilings.
an unconditioned attic,
Yeah.
we're not designed for that in Texas. It got cold here in February.
Yeah.
It got real cold.
It got real cold.
I had a pipe burst in the wall. On
you weren't
exterior
the only
wall.
one, I
Yeah.
promise.
No, I know, I
Yeah.
know.
But yeah,
I mean, so
it
it didn't
happened
even
all
take.
over Dallas.
It didn't even take an attic to get these things to burst.
Absolutely. It was crazy.
That's nuts. Well, and I had some clients who, you know, they had it flooded, and it's basically their living room became more like an ice skating rink just because it froze. They weren't there. You know, one, they lost power, and then you've got the water flooding, and anyway, it's a nightmare.
-2 degrees in Dallas.
It's crazy.
It was crazy, and for as long as it was.
That's nuts.
Yes.
Well, so besides when we have those weird, you know, weather-related things, so what are some of the things, like for older homes? You know, here we are, we're investors, we invest, we flip. What are some of the big things that you would tell people to look out for?
Are you the buyer or the seller? Because it's different.
It's different on
it's
either
a different
side.
story.
That's true. That's true.
And I get the calls all the time. Hey, Roger, I'm a real estate. I'm a real estate agent. I've got a house.
Yep.
We think there's a problem. Are you the buyer or are you the seller?
Yep.
It's a completely different conversation.
Really
It is. It is.
And I don't want it to be.
It just
but
is.
If you're hiring me, my goal here is to represent you and do the best thing for you.
Yep.
It is not to point out every single thing in the world that I find wrong. You may say, that's not what I want. I had a real estate lady get real upset with me one time. We went out to do a sewer water test. The sewer water test passed, but when we looked down in the cleanouts, it was full of water. It's like, okay, that's a sign of a belly. It's going to clog quite often. We put that in our report, and she was livid. She said, you were not asked anything about bellies. I said, ma'am, I'm a professional plumber. I have to tell you what I see. And called me every name in the book.
You're doing your job.
Because she represented the seller. The buyer paid for the inspection. Actually, the seller may have. But she says, I cannot believe you put that in your report. I want you to take it out. I said, that ain't happening.
No.
Yeah.
And I said, ma'am, look, at the end of the day, I've got to do my job. And I've got to be fair and honest with everybody involved. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I'm going to be honest, no matter what it is. She called me back the next day. She said, I owe you an apology. I said, you really don't. She said, no, I do. I should not have said the things I did. I said, ma'am, you're trying to take care of your client.
Yeah.
I said, I completely understand that. I said, look, I'm not mad about it. My feelings aren't hurt about it. I understand. You're passionate about what you do. I love that. I respect that. I have a job that I have to do.
Absolutely. And your integrity's on the line. Your
you bet.
reputation, your integrity's on the line. I know one thing that's come up in the last couple of years as far as what realtors are concerned about is always getting the pressure test. Now there's even an addendum to the contract that you have to have both the seller and the buyer sign off on having the pressure test done when you're testing lines. Most people that I talk to say that there's not, when you're doing the pressure test and you're testing the lines, you're not going to damage anything.
It's impossible.
And then you have, so
No matter what the line is made out of.
I'm not putting any pressure on it.
Yeah, it's just holding water.
Exactly.
And so I was baffled when Trek actually made an amendment.
Trek made a mistake.
It's crazy to me
Trek
because now
called
that
it-
concern's there.
Trek called it a hydrostatic test. Go to Wikipedia, look at hydrostatic. It says a hydrostatic test is when you close the system, apply external pressure. Yeah, you do that to my house, I'm going to get mad at you.
Yep.
And I've even said in some of my videos, if your plumber's applying pressure to your system, tell him to leave.
Yep.
Get him out of your house. All we're doing is the exact same test. And I say I'm not applying pressure. The sewer system's about 3 feet deep. There's about a half a pound of pressure per foot on 3 feet. So 1.5 pounds of pressure. If your sewer has ever stopped up, it's had 1.5 pounds of pressure on it because it fills up. All we're doing is that same test. Is it leaking under the house or not?
Exactly.
That leads to foundation problems.
Yes. I just, whenever that came out, and we had to get the seller to sign off on
Oh,
it,
yeah.
I was like, what is, I didn't understand what was going on and why this, and it didn't matter what plumber I talked to, they all had the same answer of, I don't understand either. We're not putting any pressure here.
Most, and look, I don't want to talk bad about any plumbers. Some plumbers don't even do the test where they fill it with water. They just run a camera through it and say there's no leaks.
Yep.
Can they tell that?
No.
No.
Okay, I was going
Yeah.
to say.
You got a hairline leak somewhere?
Yeah, you got a hairline crack all the way down the pipe. It looks like a line. Well, if he wants to sell you a new sewer, that's a crack. If he just wants to collect his $400 and leave, no, that's
No.
just a line.
Yeah.
It's holding. And I go back out anytime. Well, look, I recommend to every real estate agent, just like a home inspection, always recommend a sewer water test. If your client says no, that's fine. I've seen people have to pay almost $100,000 to get their sewer fixed after buying a house.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, a $400,000 house and you're spending $90,000 to get the sewer lines replaced.
Yep.
Yep.
Why didn't you do a sewer water test? Well, I don't know, we're from California. Well, did your real estate agent not tell you about that?
No, most of them don't either because they
Blows
don't.
my mind.
You don't see it, so they're just like, well, they're like roof. Yeah, check the foundation. We're good. If there's not foundation issues, they're like, no need to check.
And the bad thing that Trex also done, or helped do, home inspectors are now allowed to run sewer cameras in there.
They're not.
No, they're allowed to.
Okay,
They
they
are
are.
now allowed to. This just changed January. Most of them don't want to do it. They're like, look, I don't want to
don't know
stick
what-
this. Number one, I don't want to buy an $8,000 camera.
Yeah.
Number two, what happens if there's channel rot in the bottom and the camera head drops in there and they go to pull it back out and now it's caught and they can't get it out? Well, now they got to call a plumber. Either dig under there and get it out, jackhammer a hole in the floor and get down to it. What do you want to do? Who pays for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're talking about sewer line repairs,
Yes, ma'am.
is this primarily with cast iron, or do you find leaky sewer lines with PVC as well?
I had a home inspector talk to me once that I was working with up in, Frisco. He says 1 out of 10 homes, new homes, that because they do complete sewer water test on every home. He was part of a home inspector.
Yeah.
But they do sewer water test on every home, even the new ones. Says 1 out of 10 have a leak.
Really? Are they easier to fix when it's PVC, or it's the same? You still
Getting
got
to it's the hard part.
you still got to
Once
dig.
once you're there, yeah.
Still
Once
got to
you're there, it's
dig, then
easy.
you slice it off, and
Absolutely.
Well, but with the cast iron, just from my experience, the problem with that is because it deteriorates. You go
Absolutely.
to replace something,
And
and
then-
it may just keep crumbling. And
you've got to have good pipe to tie on to.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we try and tell people. If you've got a section of pipe that's completely rotted, and we can see that, we can test it, we can get a camera in there, we can get a test ball on both sides. We say, look, the leak is right here. Well, where we put the test ball, if that's not good enough pipe to tie onto, once we get in there and start trying to cut it loose, it may crumble too. Well, it looked good on the camera whenever we were, up 30 feet away outside, but now that we're down here and pulled all the dirt away from it, the bottom's falling out from under it.
yeah,
And it's just like,
you never know.
you don't. And I
Yep.
mean, it's such a heartbreaking story to have to come tell a homeowner, look, we told you it's going to be this much, but
It's
we're
gonna be
still
double.
digging.
Yeah,
yeah.
And we haven't found good pipe yet.
yeah.
And they're like, well,
Mm-hmm.
you should have known.
There's no way.
There's no
yeah.
way.
We don't have laser
No,
vision.
we
don't.
don't.
Yeah,
We
we've got
don't.
the little cameras, but that doesn't give you enough information.
So as
not
an
at all.
investor and you're flipping a house, do you recommend that you replace a cast iron pipe with PVC?
No. I recommend you test it. If it holds water, if you were buying a house that had a water heater, and they said that water heater is 12 years old, what's outside its normally warranty, or its normal warranty, its normal lifespan. Do you make them put a new water heater in? I mean, it works.
Some people do.
I wouldn't.
You
I'd
ask
say-
for it.
I'd
You
say
don't-
exactly.
Yeah,
but I'd say, excuse me, it makes hot water. That's what
Yeah.
it's supposed to do. It's not
Right.
leaking.
Yeah.
Why do you want a new one?
Yeah.
It's worked fine for me. But then again,
Are you the buyer or are you the seller?
Are you the buyer
Because
or
it's
the
a
seller?
completely different argument.
So as long as you run a camera through and you do a static line test on it and it holds water, everything's good.
If it holds water, I'm gonna tell you why would you replace it?
Okay.
Your arm's not broken. Would you put a cast on it just to make you feel better?
Sometimes yes.
You would?
I like the Band-Aids.
Yeah. And it gets you a lot of attention. She walks in with
People
a bright,
open
bright
doors.
pink cast.
All of
I
a
know.
sudden, I can't
know.
reach
Would you like to
that.
sign my cast?
I know.
I
I know.
you know, I was always
Exactly.
jealous of those kids in grade school that I never got one.
I know. See, I never had one. I never.
I broke my foot once, and then I was like, wow, people are kind of rude. I didn't get all the open doors and stuff. I was like, people didn't get out of my way. I
Nobody
would
signed
never
your
want-
cast?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that, but I was an adult. It was a cast party.
I bet it was. I bet it was. Every Friday. I like you. I like the way you go.
All right, so what's the most fun thing you've ever pulled out of a sewer line?
Fun.
Oh, come on. You know he's got one.
You know, and I'll tell you, you know, you always
I'm going
find
to go with disgusting.
you always find things
so
like
is
that.
gross.
It's actually female products.
Those
Yes.
are gross.
Okay, but
don't have to go there.
But when you're pulling a sewer machine back and they're like swinging around like like tinsel or something, just flying everywhere, and I mean, literally, you create a pile of them, and then you go to the homeowner and you say, "Ma'am, you know, do you flush feminine products?" I said, "No."
I don't even have
Okay.
those.
Yeah.
Do you have any children? Well, yeah, I've got 2 teenage daughters.
Yep.
I want to have a talk with them.
Yeah, let me show you this. And she's like, well, you know, we used to flush them down the other house. Well, the other house was newer, had PVC pipe.
Yep.
Not real rough on the inside, nice and smooth. Just slide right out to the city and get caught up at the waste treatment plant.
Yep.
Not these. Cast iron pipes, real rough on the inside. Imagine a Christmas tree, or if you've ever seen a hair follicle. I used to be a cosmetologist. If you
What?
ever-
Did you really?
Oh God, y'all, there's a story. There's a big story.
That's funny.
The inside of the cast iron pipe, the outside of a hair follicle almost looks like a Christmas tree, where it's just all these little arms and branches to catch stuff. And, you know, you flush toilet paper down cast iron pipes.
Yeah.
It can get clogged up.
Have
PVC
you
pipe
ever
was nice and smooth.
fished anything out that you were like, how the heck did that get in there?
Yeah. Yes, I have. And I'm still asking myself that question. So, you know, until I figure it out, you know.
Yeah.
I got a call one time too from an insurance. I actually got a call from a homeowner. Will you come get my $18,000 tennis bracelet out of my sewer? Fell down the lavatory sink. It's okay.
Yeah.
So go over and take the sink apart. Well, it's not there. It's like, well, it should be. So stuck the camera in and looked back on the wall. Can't see it on the branch arm, anything like that. I said, ma'am, I don't think it's here. And she said, well, it must have gone down. I said, well, it doesn't go down into the P-trap and then come back up.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, well, the water running real fast. I said, no.
Not a tennis bracelet.
It's not going to just push it back up like that. And she says, well, you know, I guess it's possible. And I'm like, I don't see how, but okay. Literally, the insurance company calls me before I can get away from the house. And he's like, she says it went down there. I said, okay. I'm telling you it didn't.
Yeah.
I said, well, could it be anywhere else? I said, yeah, it could be down in the sewer. I said, can you look at it? I said, yeah, but you want me to take her entire sewer apart? It's going to cost you more than $18,000.
There you go.
He's like, it's been her third insurance claim.
Oh my goodness.
Almost the same type deal.
Oh my
Really?
goodness. Well, she found something that worked.
Hey, ride that pony till he lays down.
Right? Right?
Yes,
Well, and
that's
she
it.
picked the right value for it too.
Yeah.
That's a nice value.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and it's large enough that it makes it worth it, and small enough that they're going to
they're not
pay
going to
it.
spend a whole lot of money to try to
Try to fight
Try
it.
to fight
prove it
it.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Probably could have come up to about 40 grand and still been good.
Yeah.
Just
Is that
in case
really
you're wondering.
40
Just
grand?
in case.
Just,
Yeah.
Well, it depends
for
on,
everybody else out there
you
right
know,
now.
I was just
I mean,
saying.
you do have to prove that you
Yeah.
you do need a receipt of some sort.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
to give
you do
your
have
insurance
to prove
company.
that you had it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that's interesting. Well, I do know that as far as the feminine products, I did have to start writing that into my leases. That if a plumber comes over there because of any type
You
of
are
stoppage
responsible.
and they pull that out, you're responsible.
Right.
That,
'Cause I
and they're
got
not
tons.
allowed to sell or steal any of her appliances.
Yeah, that was a problem too.
That was a problem
Anyway.
too. She had people hawking her appliances.
What if I just lease them out? You know, for a little while?
A little
I mean, help pay the
Airbnb
rent, something like that.
appliance.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think, yeah, well, that's a rent.
Brilliant.
I mean, I can move in your house, rent the appliances out to Christmas. You know, set up a studio like this or something.
Yeah, yeah, start
I mean,
charging.
I don't need appliances
Yeah,
here.
hey, no,
Make a little side,
little plug-in.
little hustle
Yeah,
money.
little
Yeah.
burner
Hustle money.
plate.
Absolutely.
Little hustle money.
Work it, work it.
Well, I think we'd like to really ask you, in case
About
y'all
being a
didn't,
cosmetologist.
about the
Well, I
cosmetology.
would like, I actually would
I think
like to hear
that's
about
another
that.
episode, but I do think we'd really like to, in case y'all didn't know, this gentleman here is
He's kind of
pretty-
a big deal.
He's kind of a big deal.
No, I'm really not that big. I mean, you offered me the big chair. You made me feel bad.
No, you're stealth. You didn't need the big chair. I just wanted you to feel comfortable.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle being between the two of y'all. I'd be like,
We'll just move in
"Man."
close.
Absolutely.
Everybody share the big chair.
The big chair, just
Yeah.
all three of us.
There you go.
So you started doing these videos
Wait,
about
I
plumbing.
just got an invitation.
Hey,
I'm
get on out of here.
I'm just going to go ahead and jump in on it. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's kind of the way I roll.
Whoa.
I caught it.
There,
Tea,
there
tea,
went the
tea.
tea.
Ah,
Hey,
there went
good
the tea.
reflexes.
I know,
though.
what's it smell? Oh, no, it really is tea.
The bourbon's not out yet.
So you started doing videos about plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
So was this just YouTube videos, or did you start on social media?
I actually went to a social media marketing conference.
Okay.
I wanted to learn to make my phone ring.
Okay.
I had spent about $47,000 on marketing, and the phone wasn't ringing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally, you know, remember back in high school, you're waiting for that girl to call, and you call your best friend and say, "Hey, look, call me back because my
You remember when you were waiting for that girl to call?
Oh, I remember it. Yeah, yeah.
That special someone
Yes.
in my life.
She was cute. So anyway, it was so bad that we were picking up our phones, calling the front desk. It's like, okay, something's wrong. And I decided I wanted to learn social media. So I started doing research. I went to a social media marketing conference. I'm a plumber, an old plumber, so I'm thinking that's Facebook. And I'm walking down the hall and there's a placard outside that says, "Get in front of your customers using video." And I thought, wow, we could do that. So I walk in, I sit on the front, one of these front row learners. ADD, ADHD, I used to be a security guard. So, I mean, when things move, I'm just like, I see everything. So I sat on the front row, the presenter's right in front of me, and one of the first things he says is, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And I shut my book. I thought, he does not even know what he's talking about. YouTube is just where I store my videos. And I put my arm up on the chair next to me to turn around because I was fixing to get up. And I look, and there's people standing all along the back of the room. It's packed. And I turn around and look at him in time to hear him say, and it's owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world. And just immediately through my mind was, we spend all this money to be on Google. Why aren't we doing anything at all on YouTube?
Yep.
And I opened my book. You'd be surprised how much smarter that guy got in the next 45 minutes. Because I had 3 pages of notes, and I mean,
You couldn't keep up.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And I realized right then, and it's funny because when I first went to that conference to sign up, they're looking at me like, "You're a plumber. Why are you here?" And
Business.
there's no plumbers there. There's no tradespeople there. It was marketing people. And I'm like, why are they coming to learn stuff that I could learn and do good with?
Yeah.
And it completely changed everything I do.
And how long ago was that?
That was March the 1st, 2018,
Wow.
3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago. But
That's
you were
incredible.
already doing videos on YouTube, right? Not yet.
I thought you spelled YouTube, U-T-U-B-E. It's about how much I knew about it.
Wow. 3 years. So you came back from that and you just started putting everything on video.
I had to leave the conference that Friday, leave early. I had a radio show here in Dallas to do. And I literally, on the plane ride home, there was nobody in the seat next to me. So I had both folding trays down. I had my laptop, my iPad, my notepad, or my notebook, all the little notepads they give you to take notes on.
Yep.
I had this spread out over 2 trays, the seat next to me, and I am literally just taking notes. And I'm coming up with a plan. I mean, I started implementing the Friday of the concert. or the
Of the-
Of the event.
the
Sure.
event, yeah, the conference. And I am literally coming in with a plan. So I get up the next morning, I go to the radio show, I come back to the office, I am there till about 6 that night. The next morning, got up, went to church, came back, there till about 5 o'clock. Monday morning when we opened up, of course, plumbing happens.
Yeah.
I got the plumbers out, called everybody else in the office as we're changing the way we're doing the way we do everything, we're doing it right now. And we started learning how to do YouTube.
Wow.
And I gave myself 1 month to start posting. And we started posting the first week of April. And we started posting 3 videos a week, every freaking week.
Wow.
Wow. And now is that just you, or were you requiring like your plumbers to do that as well, or
It's just
give
me.
me yeah. Okay.
I had my stepson working in there. He helped with all the marketing, social media, and all that. Had him in there, and we learned how to do YouTube.
So this is 3 years ago, and you start with 3 videos a week, every week, and you've got to be, I mean, I think that's the tip of the day, right? Tip of the day is?
Tip of the day.
Get freaking serious.
Is it happening? There we go.
There- Tip of the day.
Is be consistent
Yep.
Yeah.
and get started. How long were each of your videos
Then
then?
probably 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
I was hitting around the sweet spot. Sweet spot's 8 minutes.
Sweet spot's 8 minutes.
Make every video you do 8 minutes long.
Wow.
Why?
Mid-roll ads. You make more money.
Wow.
I like it.
It's
Another
really
tip of the day.
easy way to do it. Yeah, I'm full of them. I'm full of it, as a matter of fact. Tips.
Tips.
Tips. No, and I do. I love it. So 3 videos, 5 to 10 minutes. Sweet spot is 8, and you were doing it every week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Or are you dropping
Monday,
them at the
Wednesday,
same?
Friday.
Dropping them at the same time.
Yes. Start studying your algorithm, your analytics, and start seeing when your viewers are on. YouTube will tell you all that.
So when are plumbers watching the expert
Predominantly
plumber?
from 6 to 10.
From 6 to 10 p.m. p.m. So you know when
Absolutely.
to drop. You're not going to be dropping it at 9 a.m.
No, but we're moving it up to 1 a.m. to give the algorithm more time, because if we do distribution right, now we can put it out, send an email blast out to real estate agents. Hey, we just released a new video, might help you with your clients. I mean, we were talking about a sewer water test a while ago.
Yep.
What if you had a video that anytime somebody says, look, I don't know about this. You know what, I got a video, I'm gonna send you a link to it. Watch this.
Yep.
Roger shows you there's nothing he can do to damage your house.
Yep.
I had an engineer, there's a real estate broker
I
in
love that.
town.
That's an excellent idea.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's how I started growing on LinkedIn. I started creating the same content on LinkedIn, making my connections. Everybody that I tried to connect with was a real estate agent. And then the content I was making was great for real estate agents to tell their people about.
Yep.
There's a method behind the madness.
So the LinkedIn that you do you do the same videos, or is that a different video?
Completely
It's a
different.
shorter?
Completely different.
Yep.
You know, I started doing 3 videos a week 3 years ago. LinkedIn reached out to me within a year and asked me if I would be interested in doing live.
Which is one of 10, if
One
I'm
of
not
12.
mistaken.
I was
right?
one of the first 12 people
One
in
of
the
the
world.
first 12 people, which is got to be a huge honor.
Well, it was, but nobody knew who I was, so that was even better. I would literally go to conferences and ask questions, and they're like, well, why are you asking about this? Why are you asking about this? Well, I do LinkedIn Live. It's like,
What's that?
what? And it's like, yeah. And they're like, what's your name? It's like, I'm Roger Wakefield. They're like, well, I know all 11 other people. Why don't I know you? Because I'm a plumber,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
They know you now, I bet.
Yeah, they do. I bought their product. I'll send them
I'm
money
like,
every month.
totally. Yeah.
That's funny. So the 3 videos. So what are you up to now? So now do you
Do you
did
do
that
more or do you do
consistently?
less?
Well, I do more. I still do my 3 videos a week. I do the 2 LinkedIn Lives a week, but I also do a YouTube Live every Monday evening.
Nice.
Q&A,
Just a live Q&A.
live Q&A.
And how many people get on?
I've had as many as almost 300.
Oh my God.
I've had as few as 50, 80.
I love it.
It's the chat just keeps running.
Yeah.
Everybody's got questions. It's everything from people wanting to get in the trades to people with plumbing problems to
People that want to say hi.
What their
They're like,
hairstyle
"Hey,
should look
handsome.
like, you know.
How
Well,
you doing?"
yeah. Hey, I saw
don't
you
get called that very
on.
often.
I saw you on Real Estate Divas, and apparently you
Absolutely.
used to be a
a
you used to do
hairstylist,
hair.
a massage therapist, a bodyguard,
bouncer,
a bouncer.
This is in addition to you plumbing.
Mhm.
This was like your.
Great bartender.
Hey.
I
did
Did you
that.
always just have like 2 jobs?
Oh
because
God, I've
now
always
you
had
basically
3 or 4 jobs.
well because now
Always.
you 2 celebrity, yes,
That's not really a job. That's just
for fun.
yeah.
You think it's for fun?
Yeah, it is.
And yet, how much? How much? I mean, yes, you're spending a lot of time, production, and time is money. So let's not discount that. But monetarily wise, are you spending a huge fraction less?
A plumbing company ran very well. Can do. I'm going to say very well 20% profit margin.
Okay.
Okay. So there's not a lot of fluff. It's not like, hey, give me a discount. It's like, look, I give you a discount. I
I'm
should
not
have just
making
stayed
anything.
home. Right.
Yeah.
I should have just stayed home. YouTube, on the other hand, about an 80% profit margin, maybe 85. And I say that because YouTube, there's so many ways to make money. My first sponsorship was a mid 6-figure deal.
Wow.
I had 10,000 subs when I started talking to them. You don't have to be big. You have to be good.
Yep.
I love that. You don't have to
It's
be
a tip
big.
of the day
you
right
have
there.
to-
I'm
yeah,
just-
right.
Right.
That's another
I'm
one.
telling you.
That's another one. Be consistent.
Good and
8 minutes
consistent.
long, and you don't have to be big. You just got to be good.
Got to be good. That's what it's all about.
I know a lot of people who believe that.
Me too.
Well, that's been, I mean, it's been cool to watch your journey. You know, the 3 years is not, I mean, it's been obviously 3 videos a week, starting out with that, and then factor in the LinkedIn, and now with the live YouTube. It is a lot of time that you put in there.
Oh, it is. But I hire people to do it. I mean,
Yep.
it's not just me.
Oh no, it takes a team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have, and I'm looking for one. This is why I'm asking, and I don't know if one is out there.
A plumber or what?
Well, while I love your plumbing company, you all are busy.
I know.
And
crazy.
I'm usually,
I know, you
calling
just
for
made
one of my
right now. I know.
Airbnbs, and I'm on
I
an
get it. I
emergency,
get it.
like I need to have it repaired yesterday.
I get it.
And so y'all are not always available for
I
me.
completely agree. We're working on it. We're trying to bring more people in.
Well, everybody is, right?
You bet.
Everybody is. So, but no, y'all are great. I'm looking for somebody who's like a social media YouTube specialist who would only work to build your YouTube presence.
Good luck.
Good luck. So it doesn't exist.
I mean, it does. You can. Here's the thing. You don't want to just hire somebody to do YouTube for you. You lose all creative. It's just, here, y'all go do it. I'm involved. I know YouTube as good as my guys know YouTube. I may not know how to edit. I may not know how to do a lot of things they do. But when we take courses, I go through the course. I want to know the analytics. I want to know what numbers to look at. I want to be the one that walks in the office and says, hey, why aren't we doing this? And everybody says, I don't have time for that. If I told you you could add another 6-7 figures a year revenue,
You make time.
You make time.
Yeah.
you do.
Then you make time.
And look, I hadn't worked myself to death. I'm not dead,
Yep.
okay? But for the last 3 years, I've been running a plumbing company, a networking company, social media that we're not just YouTube anymore.
Yep.
We're making 20, 30 posts a day across multiple platforms.
From
We shoot
sponsorships,
videos.
from
I make money from sponsorships. I make money from YouTube itself.
Just multiple streams.
multiple streams of income.
Isn't that a great way to
It's
think?
a wonderful,
I mean,
wonderful
man,
thing.
Y'all are divas. I can learn from you.
What would be the number one course that you've taken? Or
That's a
book.
good one.
Or book. I mean,
Yeah,
because there really are
there's
some
two
great books.
There's 2 books. Sean Cannell and Benji Travis wrote YouTube Secrets. Every time I drive to Austin or San Antonio, I play the audio book
over and over. So you've
Oh,
listened to it multiple times.
Yes, but it's so funny because you're driving down the road and you hear something, you're like, they've never said that before.
Yep. All of a sudden it hits you.
Yes. And it's, we hear things different because of where we're at.
Absolutely.
And I mean, literally, you're driving around, you're like, oh my God, they've never said that. I'm not doing that. Why not? There's another 5 or 6 figures.
Yep.
It's like, wow. The other one is YouTube formula. Daryl Eves, the person who stood in front of me that I thought
Right,
was
that
nuts.
you thought was nuts. Nutso.
Love you, Daryl.
Didn't
Man,
know
just
anything.
saying, yeah.
Didn't know anything.
But the cool thing is now, over the last 4 months, 5 months, I've been in LA, I've been in Albany, Dallas, Austin, speaking about social media. Not plumbing,
Yeah.
social media.
Social media.
And I always start off, hi, I'm Roger Wakefield. I'm a plumber. And when people laugh, it's like, no, really, I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
I was unstopping toilets yesterday. I'll be doing it again tomorrow. But look what I'm doing today. I don't have any training in advertising or marketing. I'm a plumber.
And you're killing it.
I'm doing okay.
Modest.
For a plumber.
Modest.
For a plumber.
For a
I'm doing
plumber.
pretty daggone
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So 3 years ago, at Daryl's conference, I had 117 subscribers.
All right.
So from March to late October, early October, 117 subscribers. Now, I just hit 402 or 3,000.
Woo!
Not a bad deal.
Yes.
That's
But
amazing.
but the cool thing is, it's like 46, 47 million views.
That is so awesome.
That's the cool part.
Yeah.
Was there a point where it was kind of humming along and then all of a sudden it just gushed over?
Oh my gosh.
Did
and
you
then
just
were
see
you
it?
like, what the hell
oh
happened?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
Where it was
August,
like-
August last year.
So August a
really?
year ago.
It was literally, I mean, I'd sat down to eat dinner and I'd look just because it was going so fast. I was like, okay. And I'd set it down and, eat the appetizer and look down. It's like, oh, God.
What happened? Yeah.
Just got 2,000 subs
Yeah.
in like 5 minutes.
It's
And-
incredible.
I mean, I think I had like 4 or 5 days in a row that we were getting 8,000 to 12,000 subs a day.
Wow.
And it's just, I mean, you just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and even to today, I just drive down the road sometimes and I'll be thinking, wait, I'm a YouTuber. And I just start giggling. I just start giggling.
I'm a YouTuber.
Check me out.
I start
Yeah.
giggling
Do
because
you have kids?
my son's probably y'all's age. He's 38.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
well, all right.
Okay, I'll
well,
go with that.
I love to be thought that I'm 38.
Yeah, I know I was close.
All right. So do you have grandkids?
Yeah, I have grandkids too.
How old are they?
Oh gosh, you're
Are
gonna
they a
get me with
teenager?
that
They
one.
could be a teenager.
Oh God, I've got 2 teenagers. I've got one already graduated high school.
Oh, so they know they're.
One's
So
getting
they
ready
have
to.
got. Do they love the fact that you're a YouTuber? Your grandkids.
They do, but they. I don't think I'm that big a deal to them. It's like, yeah, okay, Papa.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay, so, and I'm just going to share this with you because you're going to love this. We did an episode on sex and real estate. Yeah, that one's gone viral at my kids' school. And, oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna look it up. I mean, I'm just saying, hey.
Yeah.
And I go, well, we named it that because we were trying to get hits on it, right? Because
It's called
Yeah.
clickbait.
clickbait. It was clickbait. And but I'm like, oh, I can't wait to tell Jay this. I'm like, we got all these
These
we've got all
teenagers.
these teenagers, high school
Okay,
teenagers.
but
that are now looking at.
no. See, you're thinking about this all wrong. You've got a whole series right there. How long ago did you make that?
We
Okay,
made that
YouTube
a
tips
year,
coming up.
at
Ready?
least a year.
At
It was,
least a year ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so every 90 days you need to remake that video.
Really?
Sex and real estate. Why the bathroom is the most important room in the house.
Ooh, I love it.
Sex and real estate. Why the kitchen can be where things really get hot. I mean, I'm just telling you. See, right there.
all right, somebody's
I mean,
taking
but
notes,
but
right?
look, this is how I think now.
Yeah.
Everything you
it's-
think
yeah,
is
now-
in terms of
It
in terms
is
of a
just.
show.
It's like the bad thing is when you get to doing this. As long as I have you learn what I have, I go through YouTube now. I look at people's YouTube channel. I'm like, oh man, It's like, you know, man, if you would do this, if you would do this, if you would do this. I'm telling you, yeah, you want to go viral on
I love that one. Let's do
YouTube?
that.
Okay. I'm
It-
down.
Film that. We
it's-
can film that on.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
those are easy.
basically, just remake anything that's getting multiple more views than the rest of them. Then you're just going to multiply that and do it as much as possible.
So the hot tip of the day.
Yes, the hot tip.
I can go back and look at all my YouTube videos,
Mm-hmm.
and I've probably got 12 that equal maybe half of my views.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Make them again.
Yeah, there you go.
Really? It's not weird?
Why is it weird? Things change.
Yeah,
I
twist
can-
it
I have
a
better
little bit.
equipment now. I can promote it better. I can show it better. I have better cameras, better microphones, better lights.
So you redo your videos and don't even worry about it.
Why should I? I'll tie them together.
Yeah,
You didn't see what you liked in this video? I made another one almost like it.
yeah,
Check it out.
yeah.
Check this one out.
Couple
it's
extra
better.
tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I get that. Yeah, I like that.
I
works.
like it too.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Now you want another hot tip?
Another hot. Everybody wants hot tips.
Look at your competition and see what they're doing that you can do better,
Yep.
Okay.
and do it.
And do it.
You've heard of R&D.
Mm-hmm.
It's not research and development. It's rip off and duplicate. So watch what they're doing and say, how can I do this better?
Yep.
Find a real estate viral video. What did they do? Oh my God, we can do that. Okay, now how can you do it better?
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Yeah, we just need
Find it, duplicate it, do it better.
Yeah. Well, I
How
like
much-
his rip off and
R&D,
repeat.
I
rip
do
off and
too.
duplicate.
How much time do you spend writing and preparing for everything that you
No,
do?
I don't. I'm bad about that.
Are you?
How much time
But
do we
it's
spend
just-
preparing for this?
Yeah. but
Okay,
it's
so
just
this
you.
one we didn't.
Okay,
but
okay,
I knew
but-
that. But you know what? I knew it would be better.
Oh yeah.
A lot of what we do,
Especially
we
if
do
it's
a lot
somebody-
of preparation.
Yeah, if it's a topic, if it's a specific topic, then we're doing some research, we're doing an outline.
And we usually have notes.
Yeah,
Sometimes we have slides.
yeah,
Jay's really good with her retiring in expat countries and having pictures up of
wherever that is.
wherever that is and
Yeah.
what that house looks like that you can buy for $1,000.
Yeah,
I love it.
but yeah, when you're interviewing, and especially with a character like you, it's easy breezy.
Oh, now
and
my
it's
character.
It's a personality.
character
It's a
is
YouTube
wonderful.
personality.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, well, I appreciate you coming on and like giving us all the hot tips.
Oh, I'm going to be
one or
rewatching this
two.
one. This is one of those. I'm going to be rewatching. the
Yeah,
notes.
right. We're gonna take our own notes off this one.
That's good.
But thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
I've had a blast. This
No,
has been
you
good.
are seriously. You are so amazing, and I secretly watch you a lot.
I love it.
You know that.
I don't think
You
it's
already
a
know
secret
it. He
anymore.
does. Like
I
I'll
don't
send
think
him a
it's
text. I'm
secret.
like, "Hey, good looking." Love.
This
the, I
video
go.
was
Love the
funny.
last one. Guess who I'm watching right now? I'm watching you.
Hey.
It's a tough life. you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
All the admiration.
I've also on some of your lives.
Oh.
Like the first time I saw you on LinkedIn Live, I got really excited. I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Hi."
I'll tell you what, it is so crazy, and it's neat. The biggest reward to me is when you get messages from people that they send you a picture of their business card or their van.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, I started plumbing because of you.
That's cool.
Oh, that's
And-
awesome.
And look what I'm doing now. I'm supporting my family.
That's cool.
I'm doing this. And one of the neatest ones, there was a disabled vet that was in a manufactured home that had a leak. And it shifted, it tilted, and the water heater fell out. And it literally took his neighbors months to get over there and get the water shut off and get it where they could level his house. And he sent me a message. And he said, I just want to tell you thank you. He said, told me a story. He said, but you know, when the water heater fell out, it messed it up. He said, but I watched your video and I figured out how to change the burner assembly all by myself. I could not afford for anybody to do that.
That's cool.
I went without water for 6 months, then without hot water for 3 more months, and now I have hot water.
Because of you.
And
It's
when you
got to
hear
feel
that,
great.
Yeah, that's cool.
pretty cool.
That's very cool.
It's why we do what we do.
Yeah. Well, on that note, thank
You can find Roger all over
Right
the
here.
place now.
all
Just
over
right
the
here.
place.
Just Google
LinkedIn.
Roger Wakefield. That's all you have to say.
You know what's
Google me.
funny? Now on YouTube, the biggest search term to find my videos is Roger Wakefield, where it used to be plumbing.
Plumbing, and now it's
And-
your actual name.
And it's great because when I speak at YouTube conferences, I always tell them, look, you want to find my channel, just go search plumbing. And they're like, well, plumbing what? No, just plumbing.
Plumbing.
Just plumbing.
And can you imagine, either one of you ladies, if somebody could just go search real estate and you came up on YouTube having the best videos, having the best information, you become their trusted advisor. Now say they're moving to Dallas and they're like, man, this chick we've been watching talking about all the restaurants and parks and drive-in theaters and plumbing companies. She's in
Yeah.
Dallas. Who are they going to call when they decide to move to Dallas? Somebody they already know.
Right?
Yeah, true. Somebody they already know.
You become their trusted advisor. People don't buy from people they know, like, and trust. They buy from people they know, love, trust, and they're connected to.
Yep,
And YouTube can get you connected.
that's
I love
awesome.
It. Well said. Well said, sir.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
I love
appreciate
this.
it.
I really do.
appreciate it. All the tips. I hope y'all are taking notes out there. And I'm Jay Lee Thompson with Texel Real Estate and Real Estate Reformation.
And I'm Kristen Gerst with Capricorn Mortgage Investments. Send me your owner finance mortgage notes to buy.
And I'm Roger Wakefield. I just get to hang out with the divas.
Woo!
Hey!
Thanks for watching Real Estate Divas.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.